Hi, my name is Walter Gandit. What I'm going to teach you next is how to make a quickie bow. It takes you about an hour to make and it's ready to shoot. It's not going to be a rocket launcher, but it'll be a bow, it'll shoot, and you're going to have a lot of fun with it. You need a hatchet or a good sharp knife, and you're going to harvest a small sapling, a little bit thicker than your thumb, and you're going to make a bow out of it. You've chosen a sapling, it's relatively straight. A bunch of saplings coming out of the same stump. They should all be culled because it's never going to grow into a nice tree. This one is crooked to here. I'm going to cut it off right here. I'm going to cut it off right up here. It's going to be a short bow. It's going to be the length of my bow. It's going to take me about an hour to make it. First thing I'll do is I'll cut it off down here. Got my sharp hatchet. Clear a little bit of debris out of the way. Set my hatchet, and I'm going to swing. Notice I'm kneeling down and I'm not chopping from standing up. If I chop like this and I miss, it's going to go right into my ankle. So I'm kneeling down. Safe hatchet work. This is a two-handled hatchet. If I just have a single handle, a shorter handle, I'll hold this here and I'll swing with the other one. Because this is a two-handled one, it cuts much more efficiently. So I'm going to set it. The first cut is going to go 45-degree angle down. Next one goes right here. I'll chop the other side. 45 degrees down. This is how it is when you have a sharp tool. You have to cut this section off right here. Got it set on a log. First swing goes away from the direction of my bow. Another one the other direction. All you have is a knife and a baton. You can do it just as easily with that. Almost through. There we go. Okay, it's not going to be a super long bow. It's going to be on the ground just about to my belly button. This will be my bow, and I'm going to put my knife back in the sheath. And I'll start doing hatchet work on it. First, I'm going to decide which way it's going to lay. It's not a dead straight stick of wood. It's got a little snake to it. That's okay. Just about like this. This will work for me right here. First thing I'm going to do is take my knife, mark this side. This side's going to be the back of my bow. Run it down. So I've marked what I want the back of my bow to be. This is the back. I'm not going to do so much work on it. This is going to be my belly. This is going to take most of the chopping off of it. Get the little split off. Shave them off. Come back, same thing. Little 45-degree angle chops going in. Not too hard. I'm just doing this. Greenwood works really quickly and easily. Check them out, see if they're running symmetrical on both sides. This side's a little shorter, so take a little bit more off on this edge. Right to there. Shave this off right to here. A little bit more on this side right down here. Just even them up just a little bit. A little bit more on this side right here. Okay, that much on this side, this much on this side, a little bit more over here. More all the way down. this much, this much. Okay, they're getting closer. I'll take it off the whole center. Little chops, just little chops. That's all I'm doing is this. Slicing. I'm not doing this. This doesn't go in hardly at all. But if I make this hatchet slice like a knife, it cuts it in just about, hardly any tension on the swing. All the tension comes from my handle. Just shaves this right off. Constantly checking my edges, seeing if they're the same width on both sides. Trimming it off if one runs a little bit longer than the other. A little thicker, I should say. Still way too thick. A little bit more down here. Turn it over. I'm going to work the other way up. Little nicks I put in here, they allow me to shave this. If I don't have these nicks, it'll run too deep and it'll start cracking, and the crack will run right down into the part that I want to make my bow, and it's spoiled. So with those little nicks, it makes it weak down here. And this will come right off. See, this is starting to dive a little bit too much. It's not going as deep as the little chips. I can go a little deeper, and there it comes off. If your tool is not sharp enough, you're working way too hard. You want your tool to be slicing this wood. You don't want to be chopping it so much. The tool does the work for you, so you're not all beat up. For this short of a bow, I don't even have a true handle. What I'll have is just a slightly thicker part so it doesn't bend in a circle, it bends in a D. Where my hand is will flex, but it's not going to be a true handle because it's such a short bow. Okay, what I have is a stick that's been thinned way down. It's taken me, less than 15 minutes to do this with a hatchet. It's green wood, it chops real easy. Just little nicks in, shave them off. And the little nicks in, shave them off. I've got plenty of wood here to finish my back. I'm going to finish my back and then I'm going to tiller on the belly. Run it through the fire and I have a bow ready to shoot. It's not going to be totally dry, but it's good enough that it will shoot the first day. I'm going to work on the back. Just how I have it scraped off here, I'm going to measure it off. I'll work on the handle a little bit later. Right now I'm just I have to take that high crown off of this wood or it will break right there. It's got to get flattened off so it goes 3/4 of the way across. It doesn't have to go all the way, but it has to go 3/4 of the way across it so it's flat. Okay, what I've done is I've chopped the belly and I've scraped the back so it's relatively smooth. I trimmed down the tips a little bit. And they're extra thin because it's a tip. It doesn't matter. It's not going to, the tip isn't going to bend that much anyways. I like my tips to be light. This is a short bow. It's a green bow. I want it to shoot as fast as I can get it. So here it is on my knee. It's already starting to flex just a little bit. It's a green wood. This is green. It's only been cut less than a half hour ago. It's going to be done within the next half hour. It's a 1 hour bow and it'll be finished. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to scrape the belly and get it tillered, bend it on. It's such a short bow, I'll tiller on my knee, make sure everything's bending evenly, run it through the fire, dry it, put the string on it, and I'll be shooting it about within an hour. Okay, here's the bow. Scrape the belly, put it on my knee, I bent it. This one is bending really nicely. This one is still a little bit stiff. I'm going to have to scrape it a little bit more. Just about ready to put it in the fire. That means run it through the fire to dry it, to do a quick dry on it. The wood's so thin it's not going to crack. I'm just going to do a quick season on it and I should be able to be shooting it. It's getting late, probably shoot it tomorrow. I have to make a couple arrows first. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's better. A little bit on the tip yet. Scraping the belly. The back is already as finished as it's going to get. There's some tool marks on it. This is a Quickie bow. Little bit of a handle right here. Little bit. Little flex in it. Okay, I'm going to run it through the fire and then we'll see what we got. Put my knife back in the sheath. Okay, it's about 94 degrees in the shade. I'm probably the only person crazy enough to be working next to an open fire right now, but I'm going to take the bow and I'm going to run it through the flames. Turn it over, back and forth until I can hold it for about three, a count of three. 1, 2, 3. That's too warm, and then I'll switch over and I'll do the other side. I don't want to heat it up too much. I don't want to burn it. I'm just looking to dry it. Running it through halfway. Not warm enough yet. It's warming up yet. It's drying out. Evaporating all the moisture off the surface. This is a green piece of wood. That's about it. I'm going to do this for about 20 minutes. So it took me just about an hour to finish the bow. It was a little bit longer than I thought it would. So an hour to finish it and 20 minutes to fire it. And I've got a shooting bow tomorrow. It's already getting a little more snap to it than it had just a few moments ago. As you can see, it's got a nice bend to it. What I did is I was bending over my knee and I could see that this part was not bending quite enough here and this end was not bending quite enough here. So I scraped it from here up a little bit on the side right here, like this. Short little Joe, the arrow will zip. I've carved in my nocks, just quick little knock. I did have to tiller it a little bit. Once I had seasoned this, it's not completely seasoned. But it's got snap to it now. It's thin, so that 20 minutes of running it through the flames, alternating the limbs, has dried this out tremendously. There's the bow at full draw. That's it right there. That's maximum draw. If you pull it more, it's going to break. My belt line to the ground. It's a short little bow, quick action. I got it strung with the hickory cord that I made from inner bark. It doesn't have a long draw. You can't draw this bow. A bow this size, you can't bend it over half. This length, from the knock to here, that's the maximum draw that you're going to do. I wouldn't want to be standing in front of that one. I'll give you a kneeling down shot. Thanks for watching this video.